How do you teach someone self-care strategies that don't feel selfish?
That's a tough one. I don't have a great answer for that. I think that's where you're having a sponsor, objective peers, someone to put it in perspective for you. Um, 'Cause I have to say my sponsor, she's like 10 years older than me, never had children. Been has been an aunt to a lot of people. Some of the best advice I got from her about dealing with my kids was from her ACA experience, being the daughter of an alcoholic. So that, I mean, I asked for a lot of help early on. I'd be like, "Is this normal? Should I be upset about this?" I went home to visit my because I went from treatment to a halfway house before I went home. So when I went home, I found a stack of letters that had never been opened. Should I be upset about this? Should I confront them? So I approached her as opposed to them first, and she'd be like, "Well, let me tell you." And she is still very tough, direct, straight to the point. So she never told me what I wanted to hear, always told me what I needed to hear.
How do you teach boundaries to someone who's never had them?
Start really slow. I think, again, see, here's the teacher in me. I want to go back with education
Mhm.
and help define them,
Yes.
um, explain the benefits of them as opposed to this is what you can get in the long run as opposed to what you're losing in the short run. For
Mm.
instance, like someone who's lost custody of their kids due to their
Mhm.
addiction, or is in a difficult fight over their children. So if no, I don't want to discuss, but anyhow, so understanding that the boundaries, I said this before, that they've set sometimes is a way to demonstrate that your willingness to work towards them. So helping people understand there's a positive, negative side of boundaries. I mean, this must come up in your profession. What do you do?
Well, it came up a lot, and so special. I had to learn what they were as. So my first job in counseling has been at a prison, and of course, when you go into a prison, your boundaries are challenged every which way. So if you want to learn boundaries, work in a prison because you're going to find out what they need to be very quickly and how you need to set those. And I'm very grateful for that, both professionally and personally, because it helped me become very self aware. And then so when I got, of course, went through my internship and license and started getting more into private practice and working with clients who were engaging in their family in real time, I would ask them, "So what are your boundaries?" And they would look at me like a deer in headlights. They didn't have an answer. I literally had he was like a 45-year-old, super successful lawyer. He said, "I've never been asked that question and I've never thought about it." And honestly, if I hadn't worked at that prison and been learning this type of stuff, I wouldn't have been aware of boundaries. I could have used this a long time ago, but was never taught that. Instead, I was taught just like you, manipulation, uh, w- uh, being um, overly placating and trying to be the hero. All those dysfunctional traits. That's what I learned, rather than setting boundaries and how to regulate my emotions. So being challenged sitting across from clients, like, I teach them about the importance of boundaries and the consequences of the lack of boundaries.